Hey y'all, today we are going to be doing an experiment that shows acid-base reactions. I'll be using baking soda and vinegar because it makes the experiment clear to see. So to start off, you're going to need the following materials. First, we need the acid for our experiment. We're going to be using vinegar because a main component of this is acetic acid. For the base, we're going to use sodium bicarbonate, aka baking soda. We also will be using a glass bowl, glass container in case of spills, an empty salt shaker, a balloon, 1 tablespoon measurement, and a 1/4 cup measurement. Here we have our white vinegar, our baking soda, and a glass of 1.5 cup of white vinegar. We also have our measuring spoons and our glass bowl and container. As you can see, we have already measured out 2 tablespoons of baking soda into the glass bowl. So, take your glass of vinegar and carefully pour it into the baking soda. As the vinegar hits the baking soda, you will see it begin to fizz and bubble up. These are clues that there is a chemical reaction taking place. The bubbles tell us that the acid-base reaction is releasing some form of gas, which we know as CO2, or carbon dioxide. To show this release of gas, we are going to use a balloon to trap the gas in our following experiment. I will use this balloon and a small container with white vinegar. So I have already taken my balloon and filled it with 1 tablespoon of baking soda to be as our base. And now I'm going to take my container of white vinegar and I'm going to wrap the balloon around the lid as to completely seal it. So now that once it's completely sealed, it'll make sure that the gas that's released has nowhere to go but into the balloon, and then we should see the balloon fill up. So I'll take my balloon and gently pour in the baking soda into the white vinegar. And very quickly you will see that the balloon blows up and is being filled with that CO2. So this will now be our container with just CO2. And you can see in the salt shaker that the bubbling is occurring, showing the reaction. So now I will take off this balloon, and all that will be left in the balloon will be the CO2 gas. And yeah, that'll be our container. This experiment shows us the following reaction. Our reactants are the baking soda, the sodium bicarbonate, and the acetic acid, or the vinegar. The products formed is the carbon dioxide gas, water, sodium ions, and acetic acid. And the experiment helps us to see the reactants combine and change into products like CO2, which filled our balloon, and water, which was left in the container.